Hosted in conjunction with Chris Media, the CEO interview series allows investors to hear directly from the CEOs leading the companies featured on Wholesale Investor. Enjoy the interview and reach out via the details in the description.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the CEO interview series. Today, I'm joined by the CEO and founder of Volt Technology, Andrew Wigney. Thank you for joining us today, Andrew.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Brilliant. Now, Andrew, just to set us on the right course today, can you give us a high-level overview of Wholesale Technology, who you are and what you bring to the energy space?
Thank you. Yes, Volt Technology, we're a technology company and we're developing electronic battery management technology to go inside a AA battery. We're not developing new technology, lithium polymer cells. We're going to be using the latest lithium polymer inside a battery, and we've got technology so that the end user has the world's longest lasting, fastest charging, better performing and most environmentally friendly rechargeable battery.
Brilliant. Now, Andrew, I was reading through your business profile and I came across the phrase providing a world-class design for a world-class battery. Would you consider this to be your main value proposition? And also, why do you think it's needed, in your opinion?
I think very little has changed in AA batteries since they came out they first came out in 1907. And in the past 15 years, there's been very little change. We've had rechargeable batteries out for a long time now, but they're a very frustrating product. You don't know how much power's left in them. They're slow to recharge. There are companies now that are developing new AA battery technology with lithium polymer batteries cells inside, but they just use off-the-shelf voltage regulators to give you a 1.5 volt battery. They don't perform well. Our technology and our IP lets you have a battery that will charge faster, it'll perform significantly better, and it'll perform in higher current devices such as a camera flash where others don't. Ours, you can even double tap it on a hard surface and a little light at the top will flash to show you how much power is left in the battery. It's just the ultimate rechargeable battery, which is going to power the future. I guess what I say is we're doing for battery technology what LED light bulbs did for lighting technology, and that's moving a poor performing, environmentally unfriendly product and making a high performing, environmentally responsible product.
Brilliant. Now, Andrew, let us talk about the alternative methods that are available in the market. So can you tell us how does Volt technology differ from these alternative methods and how do you maintain your competitive edge?
Yes, there are a lot of competitors in the market, but we don't actually see them as competitors. We see them as potential customers. So they've got batteries where they've got voltage regulated chips in there. Now, with all of our competitors or potential customers, you need a special charger to charge the battery. You can't charge it in a device, you can't charge it in existing rechargers. You also don't know how much power's left in them. It always appears full. So there's a lot of negatives because they've gone the so-called easy way. We've spent 7 years now developing our electronics, developing a global IP portfolio so that it's basically just the ultimate perfect battery. A customer doesn't need to worry about what's inside. They just know that they've got a rechargeable battery so they can be environmentally responsible, but it'll perform as well as a high quality single-use battery like an Energizer Ultimate Lithium, which is a fantastic battery, but you can only use it once. We're giving customers the opportunity to have that type of performance in a rechargeable battery, and none of the competitors out there have been able to do that. We have the global IP portfolio to make that.
Brilliant. Now, Andrew, let us talk about any milestones that you would have achieved to date, and so just elaborate on that, and then also any key clients, partnerships that you would want our listeners to be aware of.
Yes, I guess our biggest milestones is to be able to take our electronic technology from quite large circuit board proof of concepts to have it actual battery size, and we've got it here in an actual cell that slips inside a can and we can actually make a AA battery now with our technology. So for us to be able to miniaturize all that and put it in quite a high-tech circuit board, we feel it's quite a milestone. We do need to go through one more process before we commercialize, and that's why we're raising capital. All of our discrete electronic components do need to be made into an application-specific integrated circuit, and that is a costly process, but that brings down the cost to manufacture. So I guess our milestones are getting it all done in a circuit board now as that proof of concept, and it works, having an IP portfolio of ratified and pending patents with continuations planned, but also talking to chip manufacturers in the US and Canada. We have 3 that we're in discussions with. The pricing has come back on budget, on forecast, so now we just need to raise the capital so that we can get that done. We've then got the chip that is ready to sell, ready to license.
Brilliant. Everything seems to be on point there. Now, Andrew, let us talk about Volt Technology as a venture. So that means, like, I would love to speak to you about your team. Can you talk to us about the specific skills and expertise that they bring to the table and how they are going to help your venture scale in the long term?
Yes, thank you. We've got on our team, we have electronic engineers, which is probably quite obviously, and we have multiple electronic engineers with different skill sets to be able to put together these prototypes, to put together the samples, and to actually then engage with the chip manufacturers, the ASIC chip manufacturers, to ensure that what we want can be designed. So none of what we want to put into a chip is bleeding edge, which is really good. We're using tried and tested technology that's been available for a long time. So we've got high quality engineers. We've also got IP experts. And we've got an IP expert who's a professional in terms of licensing IP, so he understands how much IP should be licensed for, how much you should be able to commercialize the IP. We have another person in Europe who already sells IP, and they're part of a global multinational working in that legal space of IP. So we've got that expertise. On our advisory, we've also got an ex-Energizer executive who has worked in Southeast Asia, also in the US. So he understands the global battery market. He understands the drivers for the battery space, what the consumer wants, what the battery manufacturers want, but also what battery resellers want. So we've got that level of insight. And then we've got a team of, I guess, commercial advisors sort of helping us along the way as well.
Amazing. Now, Andrew, as a parting question, what would you tell the prospective investors that are assessing this opportunity? So, any milestones that they would look forward to? I know you touched upon this, but would you like to add anything further?
Well, I guess the real milestones are that we have gone through, this is our 3rd capital raise. We have gone through multiple capital raises where we've raised the capital to be able to develop the technology. Where we know that we've got the product here. We know that the time is now really to bring these products to market. We've got companies like IKEA in Europe, as of October last year, no longer selling single-use batteries to be a better corporate citizen. They're foregoing hundreds of millions of batteries per year to be a better corporate citizen. And the European Commission has a batteries directive to limit or ban single-use batteries when alternatives are there. So there's a lot of excitement. I guess our biggest milestones still come back to having that prototype, engaging with the ASIC companies. We know that we can build the ASIC for the price we need to. We can see that there's a market need because more and more manufacturers are coming out with hybrid batteries, which is fantastic because these are potential customers. We're not actually approaching them right now because if we approach them now before we've made our chip, they could start thinking about making their own. So we want to go to them when we've got the chip saying, all you've got to do is swap it out. You can use our technology. We're not looking to build a battery brand. We're looking to sell our technology, license our technology, and ultimately have a battery tier 1 or tier 2 give us that exit and give us the shareholder return.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've achieved so far, Andrew. There is plenty to look forward to. For anyone who's interested to speak to the team at Volt Technology, please see the details at the side of the screen and in the description. Thanks again for joining me on this interview, Andrew, and I wish you all the luck with your venture.
Thank you very much, Rhythm. It's been great to be here today.
Amazing. Thanks.